Football has lost its source, with City winning the EPL 4 times in a row, Real Madrid's 15 UCLs. The source is all gone. No more ballers. The competition is gone. Or is it? Thanks to these breakout stars, we have a lot to talk about in the last season. These are the guys who've come out of nowhere, stolen the show, and left everyone wondering, where have you all been all our lives? First up, we gotta talk about the magician from Brighton. That's right, Kaoru Mitoma. Remember him from last season? Mitoma gets his shot in the 2022-23 season, and bam, he's tearing up the league. And he's making Brighton look great. But enough about last season. Let's talk about 23-24, especially the 19-year-old at the end of the list. What a star. But you'll have to wait for that one. Now onto the actual top of the list. 1. Cole Palmer. Forget waiting on the bench. Cole Palmer said see you later to Manchester City and jumped ship to Chelsea for a cool £40 million last summer. Talk about a gamble that paid off. This midfielder has been Chelsea's saving grace in a pretty rough season, scoring a whopping 22 goals and chipping in with 11 assists in 34 league appearances. That's practically a goal contribution every game. Mind blown. And get this, he's only behind Erling Haaland in goals scored this season. Not bad for a guy who isn't even a striker. But Palmer isn't the only young gun who's been tearing it up this season. We've got to talk about Pau Cubarsí, who's been an absolute revelation for Barcelona. This kid is just wow. Emerging from Barcelona's renowned La Masia Academy, 17-year-old Pau Cubarsí has quickly become a name on everyone's lips in Spain. Comparisons to the legendary Gerard Piqué are already swirling. Quite the feat for a young man who likely just got his driver's license. Cubarsí's rise has been meteoric. Fast-tracked after impressing in training sessions with the senior team last April, he secured his first professional contract within 3 months. But Cubarsí didn't stop there. Just last month, he etched his name in history as the youngest defender to ever start in a Champions League quarter-final. Impressive, wouldn't you say? So what makes Cubarsí such a hot prospect? He embodies the modern defender, comfortable in possession, a pinpoint passer, and unafraid to initiate attacks by carrying the ball forward. Think of him as a one-man wrecking crew, on the defensive side of the pitch, of course. No wonder Barcelona are eager to secure his long-term future before another club comes calling. We'll have to see if they can lock him down, but one thing's for sure, Pau Cubarsí is a name to watch. But he's not the only defender on this list, not by far. Jeremy Frimpong. Let's shift gears and talk about the team that defied the odds this season, Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. Their brand of attacking football was a breath of fresh air, and the results were nothing short of incredible. They dethroned Bayern Munich. A huge part of their success came down to their dynamic wingbacks. On the left, Alex Grimaldo was the set-piece maestro, whipping in dangerous crosses and scoring wonder goals himself. But the real showstopper was Jeremy Frimpong on the right. This guy wasn't just a defender, he was a de facto right winger, terrorizing fullbacks with his blistering pace and dribbling skills before bursting into the box to bag goals. We're talking 9 goals and 7 assists in just 30 games. That's some serious production. Is anyone else getting flashbacks to a young Iron Robin watching Frimpong play? It's kinda crazy to think he actually came up through Manchester City's academy. This season, Frimpong clocked the 5th fastest sprint speed in the Bundesliga, reaching a mind-blowing 35.96 km an hour. Just for reference, Bayern's Alphonso Davies is only a hair's breadth faster at 36.029 km an hour. But Frimpong isn't just a speed demon, he's got some serious dribbling skills too, leading the league in progressive carries and dribbles. The way he changes direction at full speed leaves defenders in the dust, a fan favourite for sure. And let's not forget his finishing. He's right up there as one of the highest scoring defenders in all of Europe this season. We're not done talking about Alonso's incredible team yet though. Next up, we'll look into Florian Wirtz, who might just be the hottest young talent in Europe right now. Stay tuned. Now let's talk about the crown jewel of Alonso's attacking midfield, Florian Wirtz. This kid is putting up serious numbers, with double digits in both goals and assists in the league. But the stats only tell half the story. Wirtz is an absolute joy to watch, gliding past defenders with the grace of a ballerina and slipping passes through the eye of a needle. His ball control is something else, and his work rate off the ball is just as impressive. No wonder he snagged the Bundesliga Player of the Month award a whopping 3 times this season: October, December, and February. Wirtz is a truly special talent, arguably the best attacking midfielder in all of Europe right now. We'll definitely be hearing his name for years to come. But enough about Germany, let's head over to France. There's another exciting young talent making waves, the 18-year-old Lenny Yoro at Lille. Buckle up, because this kid is something special. In Ligue 1, Lille has unearthed a gem in 18-year-old Lenny Yoro. Finding a teenager this mature both on and off the pitch is a rare sight. Already considered one of Europe's top defensive prospects, fans are drawing comparisons to the legendary Raphael Varane. Yoro's towering presence at 6'3" is paired with exceptional positional awareness and a knack for reading the game that contradicts his age and experience. But Yoro isn't just a defensive rock. He possesses surprisingly good dribbling and passing skills for a centre-back, often acting as a playmaker by launching attacks himself. Add in his aerial dominance and it's no wonder European giants like Real Madrid and PSG are circling like vultures. Let's just say Yoro's future seems destined for one of these elite clubs. Speaking of elite, let's swing back to the Premier League and see who else has been making waves on the defensive side of the pitch. Kwanzaa. Back in the Premier League, Liverpool have another young defender making a name for himself, Jarell Kwanzaa. Don't let his quiet demeanour fool you. This 21-year-old has stepped up big time. After an injury to Joel Matip, Kwanzaa was thrown into the fire at centre-back, and he hasn't missed a beat. He looks composed on the ball and mature beyond his years. With over a dozen Premier League appearances under his belt this season, Kwanzaa has already earned the trust of Jurgen Klopp. This is no surprise. Kwanzaa fits Klopp's system perfectly, comfortable building play out from the back. While he might not be the undisputed starter just yet, his potential is undeniable. Liverpool are so impressed they're already prepping a new contract. Their very own next-gen Van Dijk perhaps? Varane reborn, Van Dijk respawn. Iron Robin regen. Who's next? Ronaldinho Jr.? Joshua Zirkzee. Let's talk about the next potential superstar with a legendary nickname, Ronaldinho Jr., according to some fans. This is Joshua Zirkzee, a striker who's caught the eye of both Manchester United and Arsenal, and for good reason. Zirkzee has been a key player in Bologna's shocking push for Champions League qualification this season. Things got even dicier when Marko Arnautovic, their main man for the past 2 years, left for Inter at the start of the year. Zirkzee, with a measly 2 goals in his first Serie A season, wasn't exactly seen as the perfect replacement. Fans were skeptical, to say the least. Remember, Zirkzee played a small part role in Bayern's treble-winning season a couple of years back, but never truly broke through. A decent loan spell at Anderlecht wasn't enough, and he ended up being sold to Bologna last season. His rise hasn't been meteoric, but this season's rewards have been oh so sweet. While 12 goals might not jump off the page, Zirkzee's all-round game is turning heads. He holds the ball up brilliantly, a tall, imposing figure with the touch and technique of a number 10. It's been a remarkable turnaround for the 22-year-old. Now, let's travel to Ukraine, where another breakout star is lighting things up. P.S. Kobe Mainu is coming up soon, so we're still in for a ride. Up next, we'll be talking about the exciting young forward, Artem Dovbyk. From Serie A's surprising package to a contender for La Liga's Pichichi Trophy, our next breakout star is Artem Dovbyk. Dovbyk was the spearhead of Girona's audacious title challenge this season, even though it ultimately fell short. But fear not, Girona fans, Dovbyk's performances have been nothing short of phenomenal. After 32 goals in 48 appearances last season for Dnipro 1, Dovbyk became Girona's record signing at a cool €7 million. Turns out that money was well spent. Dovbyk plundered 25 goals in the league this season and has 10 assists. What makes Dovbyk special? Forget fancy footwork and dazzling skills. This guy is a master of being in the right place at the right time, finishing off chances with deadly precision. He's been instrumental in Girona's overachieving season, as they chased down second place from Barcelona. Fans will never forget his incredible 6-minute hat-trick against Sevilla. That's the kind of magic Dovbyk brings to the pitch. We've got one more striker to chat about before we wrap up. Let's see if he can match Dovbyk's goal-scoring prowess. Soro Guirassy, Bundesliga's very own cheat code, Soro Guirassy of Stuttgart. Just a few months ago, this guy was completely unknown. But after a loan spell at Rennes where he packed up 11 goals, Stuttgart saw the potential and shelled out €9 million to make the deal permanent. Let's just say it was the smartest investment they've made in years. Guirassy has exploded onto the scene this season, playing like a man possessed. He's currently sitting right behind Harry Kane in the Bundesliga top scorer race. That's some serious company. His goals have been a major reason why Stuttgart have defied expectations, punching above their weight and securing a Champions League spot. Remember the relegation battle of last season? gone. This season it's all about champagne football and European nights for Stuttgart, thanks in no small part to the finishing prowess of Soro Girassi. The last player on this list is a saviour of his club, and trust that the best has been left for last. Kobbie Mainoo. While the Red Devils season might not have been what fans were hoping for, there's a bright light shining through in the form of 19-year-old midfielder Kobbie Mainoo. Stats might not tell the whole story with Mainoo, but his well-rounded game has been the hope of United this season. Just 4 months after making his debut, he's already found his way into the England squad. That's a meteoric rise. And to add some icing to the cake, Mainoo was even named the FA Cup Player of the tournament. This kid oozes composure and comfort on the ball, making it seem like he's been gracing the biggest stages for years. The praise doesn't stop there. Manchester United legend Paul Scholes himself has gone on record saying Mainoo is already miles ahead of where he was at 19. Coming from Scholes, that's some serious recognition. Who was your favourite breakout star this season? Did we miss any players? Leave a comment below, and don't forget, subscribe and click that little bell. See you next time.